What do you not like in a cozy mystery? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, it's Ashley and this is Cozy Mystery Tea Time. Thanks for joining me. Oh, it has been a crazy week in my house. We all had a stomach virus. It was not fun. Everybody had it. But we're on the mend and I'm feeling good today because I finally was able to switch out my clothing to get my fall colors on. I feel fall. I've got my darker colors in my closet and I'm excited. It makes me feel good. So today I wanted to talk about what is it that you do not like when you're reading a cozy mystery. Because I have a couple of things that for me, I'm not saying that would make me put the book down and never pick it back up, but I would question whether I continued the story or not. And also, are you the kind of person that once you start a story, you absolutely have to finish? I'm actually not. If I don't like where the story's going, I kind of just put it aside. So that's just me. That might drive you crazy, but that's what I do. So I don't think there's such a thing as a bad book, per se. And I feel really conflicted about sharing, books that I have not enjoyed on my channel, just because I feel like that's a really personal thing. What I don't like, you might love, or vice versa. And I feel like there's really no such thing. There's no such thing as a badly written book these days, because I mean, to get published, you have to go through so many different editors and publishers, and even if you self-publish, there's a whole process. I just feel like there are books that I enjoy and books that are for somebody else. So for me, I have a couple things that when I read this in a book, I might pause and just put that book on the shelf and maybe think about coming back to it or not. And one of those things is weapons. Okay, hear me out. Follow your own convictions on how you feel about weapons in real life. For me, though, in a cozy mystery, I feel like the sleuth, like her greatest strength, or his greatest strength, is his mind, or her mind. And they should be solving the crime using their mind to put the evidence together like a big puzzle. That's what, a cozy mystery sleuth is not a professional detective. They're not a police officer. They're not a forensics PhD student. They're just an average Jane or Joe. And that's what kind of makes it fun. It's like you can put yourself in their shoes and you can solve the mystery right along. So when you give that character, a gun or a sword or anything that could be used as a weapon, to me that takes away the sleuth and the cozy mystery's greatest power of their mind and their intellect. So what do you think? Is that something that bothers you? It might not. Just for me, it's something that makes me I don't think that would be something that would make me stop reading, but I'd be a little disappointed. Okay, my number 2 thing is the detective in the story solves the murder before our main character, amateur sleuth. I've actually read a couple books where this happens, and they were really well-written books. So I get to the end, and it's like this, amateur sleuth girl that I loved, and she was awesome, she was so smart, and, she was so close to solving it. The detective actually solved it before her, and I thought that that was a really, I'd say, unconventional choice for a cozy mystery, right? I mean, we want our main character to solve it, and have that be her strength. So, I don't know, that was something that made me kind of go, okay, I don't know. My third thing, and this is something that I didn't think would bother me until I was reading a book one day, okay? So I was reading a book, and it was set, in a setting that I enjoyed. It had characters, the main character was someone that I typically would read about, a woman, 20s to 30s. It had everything that I pretty much would go for. But I couldn't figure out why. I just wasn't really engaged with the book. I kept, saying, oh yeah, I'm reading that book. I kept actually forgetting that I had started reading it. I would, read a chapter, put it down. It'd be like 4 or 5 days before I even thought to pick it back up again. And eventually I was like, why? Why am I not like sucked into this book? Why am I not engaged with the character and the storyline? And then I figured it out, okay? This sleuth had no friends. And it was actually a pivotal part of the story. She had just moved to a new town, a very small town, to get married. And it was her husband's town. And so everyone knew him, but they didn't know her. So she had this loneliness throughout the whole story. So I get it, that's part of the story, but for me, what I love about a cozy mystery is not just the sleuth, it's not just the mystery puzzle aspect. It's the characters, it's the town, it's the colorful, quirky people that the sleuth is friends with. So for me, I realized that that's a huge part of it for me, and that's what I really needed to be a part of the story. And without it, I feel like a cozy mystery is really missing something. So those are my 3 things that make me maybe stop reading, maybe pause, maybe not enjoy it as much. I'd love to know your things. What's something that you really need to be a part of the story? Like for me, I really needed the characters and the friends and the people interaction. That was a big part of the story for me. So what's yours? Let me know what you're reading down below. A thumbs up is always appreciated. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye!